The Avatar trilogy lost its leadership in the American box office after a month of dominance. The film Fire and Ash dropped to second place, yielding the top position to the science fiction detective film Execute, Cannot Pardon by director Timur Bekmambetov. The Amazon project starring Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson was met mostly with negative reviews. However, this did not prevent it from overtaking the large-scale blockbuster by James Cameron. The film earned $12 million in domestic box office. With a production budget of around $60 million, such results indicate weak commercial performance. At the same time, analysts note that Amazon projects traditionally perform better later on the company platform, so the situation is not yet considered catastrophic. The third Avatar film earned $7 million in its sixth weekend in the United States. The drop in grosses exceeded 50% compared to the previous weekend. The total box office of the film in the American market reached $378 million. It is expected that the film will be able to approach the mark of $400 million, however further growth will be moderate. Worldwide grosses for Fire and Ash amount to $1,378 million. The pace of the theatrical run continues to decline, therefore reaching the level of $1.5 billion looks increasingly unlikely. Despite more modest results compared to previous installments, the film cannot be considered a failure. The first Avatar once collected $2,740 million, and The Way of Water finished its run with a result of $2,320 million. Against this background, the new installment indeed looks weaker, however it has already entered the zone of profitability. The continuation of the franchise remains in force. James Cameron confirmed that work on the fourth and fifth films is ongoing. Disney leadership at the same time recommended that the director reconsider expenses. The production of the third installment cost approximately $400 million, although it is difficult to determine the exact costs since two films were created in parallel. Experts do not rule out that the fourth chapter may show lower grosses than the trilogy installment. In this situation, the studio seeks to minimize risk. A possible budget reduction may affect the scale of action scenes, but will allow the author to complete the story without creative compromises.